So in our last video, I unboxed 3 new items for that 2017 Yukon SLT that we have. We bought it used a couple months ago. It had about 110,000 miles on it. And we're gonna spice it up a little bit and give it a front end kind of makeover. I'm calling it an Amazon makeover because I got all these parts on Amazon. And be sure to watch all the way to the end. I take the Yukon out at night, show you what it looks like, and go down the road and show you how those headlights perform. So let's get busy. All right, guys, first thing I like to do is get some tools out. So this would not be a car project without a 10mm socket. You could use an open-end wrench on some of these too, but I prefer the socket, and a 7mm socket. Get a panel pry tool of your choice for popping out those plastic fasteners, and I really highly recommend some kind of 90-degree driver, electric ratchet, if you will. This one is the old drill type, and I just put a 3/8 chuck in there. Okay, the first thing you're gonna have to do is remove on each side 6 of these felt wheel well liner screws. There's 6 of them in there on each side. Okay, guys, YouTube University showed me a neat trick about replacing these little or removing these little black plastic rivet things. You could use a tool, or you could just get 2 screwdrivers, flathead type, and just pop them up from both sides, and it's off. Simple as that. And then carefully remove this trim piece. Okay, there's going to be 6 of these 10mm that start right here at this body panel and right along the front. As you guys can see, there's 3 bolts on each side here. Again, 10mm. And 1 plastic doodad. And do this on both sides. And right down in the middle, there should be 2 more 10mm. Mine appeared to be missing them, so I'm going to have to fix that once I reinstall everything. Okay, one little detail I might have forgot to tell you guys. After you take these 10mm out, this holds the grill on itself. You need to pull these up to finish taking it out. But first, and you may wait until you pop that out a few inches, there's a tab. There's a tab right there that you'll need to push down with a long screwdriver of some kind. There's another one down there. So there's 2 of them. Okay, there's this little wiring harness here that you want to take out. So you see that little red tab right there? You just pop it back, unlock it, push down on that little bit right there. Okay, guys, I think I got all the bolts undone here. Got the connector, got all the 10mm, got the 7mm and the 10mm underneath. Now for the part that scares the bejesus out of me. This seam right here, you got to gently pull it out. There's these clips in there and some molded into the fender cover holes that pop in there. I've seen past videos where guys have broken them just removing this. You just give it a good firm tug. Should pop out. Wish me luck. I'm going to wear gloves just in case. And make sure you're not holding that velvet thing, and just pop it out. Wow. Piece of plastic. Not sure you guys can see that. Guys, I think I know what's going on. I think I'm going to need to take these Torx screws off that are under here, pull back this fender liner and see exactly what I'm dealing with. Those tabs don't just pop out with the fender cover like they should, you know, like some cars. I heard by looking at the interweb that you can pop them out, but they're prone to breaking, and pretty much the leading one on each one, I'm pretty sure I snapped it off, but it's kind of like in a spot where it doesn't matter. So I did a little bit of research and found that after a couple small torque screws, you got to take off that inner fender liner and pull it toward the tire. And there's 3 7mm hex screws that are back there. Kind of difficult to get to, but not impossible if you take your time with a little box end wrench. Take your time, get it out there. You can even get them out with your fingers if you try hard enough. And really, let me show you. You know, remember these 6 7mm bolts we pulled there? There's another hex or two up here. And then what you want to do is, it's kind of dusty, sorry. And I'm going to try to get in there and show you where they're at. But trust me, they're there. Well, they're not there now. I took them out. But essentially, they come in from the back, and there's 3 of them. So there's probably one about here, there's one about here, and then there's one here. And you'll see that when you got them, you know, now it's loose and you could finish it off. As you can see, they come out much more freely now that we took those 3 7mm on each side that are hidden behind that wheel liner. So what we're going to do is just gently kind of wiggle it, start popping it out slowly and carefully. Put yourself a blanket down here, furniture pad, whatever, and also those 2 tabs that I told you about earlier. Once you can get in there, get a reach bar of some kind and gently push down as you're wiggling each one of those tabs to get it free. I just want to point out that these little tabs here, you push them in to release the grill, okay? And there is also one rivet that needs to be drilled out or pinched off on each side, okay? But otherwise, you're just taking a screwdriver or some kind of other device and pushing these out. You can almost do it with your finger. And pushing down, that should release the grill. And you do something similar with the grill emblem. Again, these little tabs. To get the chrome bezel out, you're going to see that I've got one side in already. They're really easy. You could actually do this without pulling the bumper out. We're looking at the bumper basically inside upside down. So there's a little clip right here that you want to make sure you push down and pull out. Okay, it's on the inner toward the center of the car kind of thing. It's a slotted clip. And then there's a little bracket right here that has a 7mm screw. Okay, and you want to pull that out. Okay, now you're going to reuse these. So after you do that, you can just yank that chrome piece off from the other side. It'll just pop out. Don't worry about breaking these clips. They probably will break, but if they break, that's no big deal because you're replacing them. I'm replacing them with the blacked out ones. And of course, we're going to save the best to last, but once we're got the grill sorted out, before I install it, we'll do the headlights. Okay, I got the grill off. Wasn't too bad. I just used the Dremel to cut out the rivets, one on each side, and then I just took my time with a screwdriver and loosened up those little tabs. Try to get a good shot of one. You can kind of see how they kind of self-install when you pop on the new grill. So it's pretty simple. I could tell you that This factory grill is a lot heavier than the aftermarket one, for whatever it's worth. And the logo was super easy to get off. Again, same method. It's got these little friction kind of tabs, and really easy to kind of pop off. And it looks like this can, go on the grill from the outside once everything is installed. So for the headlight bucket, you got 4 10mm screws. You got 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. I've already removed the bottom ones, and this is where these 90-degree ratchets really come in handy. Just kind of get them out. That's all there is to it. Then it's just a matter of pulling it out, straight out. And don't forget the connector down here, which I've already taken off. Okay, guys, what's really good about this kit that Marmoto, this comes with the wire and a fuse tap already. And this is for your daytime running lights, or DR. So you're going to go over to the fuse box. There's a, on this 2017 Yukon, there's a position 75, which is 12 volt ignition. And what's great is it's already got a fuse on there, and it's already the right size. So you find spot 75, put it in. There you go. Not going to get too much into routing this, but the shorter of the 2 wires at the end is going to go closer to the driver's side, which is this one right here. And then the longer one is going to go over the passenger side. Route this away from any moving parts, kind of underneath brackets, zip tie it, make sure it's steady, and coil up any excess up under here. All right, guys, one note on these headlights. There's this little triangular bracket on the back here with 3 Torx screws on there. It's kind of like a mounting bracket, so to speak. You got to reuse this, so go ahead, just set the housing side by side and transfer it over using the same screws. Well, guys, that's it. Hope you don't mind, but I decided to put everything together off camera. Basically, you're putting everything together the same way we took it all apart. If you have any questions about any steps I might have skipped or something that's unclear, just hit a comment down below and I'll be sure to get back to you right away. But as you can see, it looks sick. It's the reason I was willing to spend some money on the facelift. I think it came out really fantastic. It went back together. Nothing is broken. Everything works as it should. And check out this function on the lights. I think it looked pretty cool daytime and nighttime. But I appreciate you sticking around. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys. And we really appreciate it that you join us and watch us do these little projects and stuff. And as always, be sure to subscribe and share this video if you know somebody with a Yukon or a Tahoe that wants to give their truck a facelift. Sorry, I got this little dog over here. Maybe I should just show it to you. Yeah, that's Sunshine right there, and she likes the flavor of grease apparently. All right, guys, that's about it for now. Cheers. See you on the next one.